You want the truth about Uluru? Here it is. You've been looking at the wrong part of it this whole time. That iconic rust-red monolith rising out of the dead heart of Australia, the one on every postcard, every desktop background, every bucket list, is a lie. Not a malicious one, just an incomplete one, because what you see above the surface, that's barely the introduction. The real story of Uluru is buried, literally. And what scientists have been uncovering layer by layer, revelation by revelation, is so staggering it forces us to rethink everything we thought we knew about this ancient continent. So buckle up, we're going underground. Number one, and this one hits immediately, Uluru is not the rock you think it is. These magnificent rock formations are actually a lot bigger than they appear. Like icebergs, most of their mass is below the surface. Uluru and Kata Tjuta are only the tips of huge rock slabs that continue underground for up to 6 kilometers. 6 kilometers underground. That means the single most photographed rock on the planet is basically just the thumbnail preview. Uluru measures 2.2 miles long by 1.5 miles wide, with a circumference of 5.8 miles. But what many people don't realize is that the visible part of the rock is only a fraction of its true size. Like an iceberg, much of its bulk is hidden beneath the surface, extending at least 2.5 kilometers underground, possibly much deeper. So every time you've seen a photo of Uluru and thought, wow, big rock, you were, scientifically speaking, drastically underselling it. But wait, it gets weirder. Because this isn't just a big chunk of sandstone sitting in the dirt. Where did it come from? Hold on to your geology degree. Number two, Uluru started its life at the bottom of an ocean. The story of Uluru began 550 million years ago, when India smashed into the West Australian coast. That continental collision sent shock waves, literally, rippling across the entire Australian crust. When those waves got to Central Australia, something pretty remarkable happened that geologists can understand by mapping the rocks beneath the surface. Those maps reveal a complex network of ancient interwoven fractures and faults, similar to the famous San Andreas fault network. Unlike a fracture in your arm bone, these faults never healed, so they remained broken, forming weak zones susceptible to breaking and moving again. Then, Uluru and Kata Tjuta lie near the southern margin of an area geologists call the Amadeus Basin, a depression in the Earth's crust formed about 900 million years ago, which received layer upon layer of sediment over several 100 million years. An ancient inland sea, right in the middle of what is now a baking desert. Geologists call this a plot twist. We call it incredible. And here's where things get seriously dramatic, because that seabed didn't stay a seabed. Number three, Uluru got tilted 90 degrees by tectonic forces, and it's a miracle it's still standing. 400 million years ago, the sea disappeared. Rocks folded and tilted as the Earth's tectonic plates shifted. Kata Tjuta tilted slightly, but Uluru tilted 90 degrees. Over the last 300 million years, the softer rocks eroded away, leaving the spectacular forms of Uluru and Kata Tjuta behind. Think about that. The layers you see running vertically down Uluru's face, they were once horizontal. They were a seabed. Uluru is essentially a geological somersault that stuck the landing and has been sticking it for hundreds of millions of years. Within its sand grains, there is an epic 550 million year saga of continents colliding, mountains rising and falling, and the remarkable strength of our most iconic mountain. If you thought the rock above ground was wild, wait until you hear what's flowing beneath it. Number four, there is an ancient hidden water world underneath the desert. Groundwater is the only reliable water supply in the region. There are two main aquifer systems: the Dune Plains Aquifer, from which the Uluru Resort draws its water supply, and the Southern Aquifer, which is the water supply for the Mutichulu community and the park. But here's the jaw-dropper. Groundwater in the Southern Aquifer varies in age, and bores sampled near Uluru contain ancient groundwater thousands of years old. These waters occur in deep, buried alluvial channels and in the fractures of deep rock systems. Ancient water, thousands of years old, locked inside the rock's fractures like a time capsule, still there, still flowing, still sustaining life in one of the most hostile environments on Earth. And the Anangu people, they knew. They mapped every single source of it long before any scientist showed up with a drill. Speaking of the Anangu, because here's where science and ancient knowledge collide in the most stunning way. Number 5, the world's oldest living culture has been reading this rock like a scientific text for over 30,000 years. Archaeological evidence from rock shelters at the base of Uluru dates continuous occupation to at least 10,000 years ago, with regional habitation extending to 30,000 years and beyond. For the Anangu, Uluru is not merely a geological feature, but a living record of Chukurpa, the foundational period in which ancestral beings created the landscape, established the laws governing human behavior, and embedded their presence in specific features of the rock. The rock's surface features, caves, fissures, overhangs, waterholes, stains, and erosion channels, are understood by the Anangu as the physical traces of Chukurpa events. And the rock art and countless petroglyphs around Uluru's caves have many layers of symbols and figures painted on top of each other, because these are sites that have been used as a part of Anangu education for thousands of years. That's not decoration, that's a library. Today, the local Anangu people work closely with the National Park staff to conserve 80 rock art sites around Uluru. Now here's the gut punch, the discovery that geologists are still processing. Number 6, Uluru is a time capsule, and scientists have only recently started to understand what it's telling us. Scientists have only realized the significance of Uluru over the past 30 years or so. Its geological history has been revealed by assembling different types of data, like pieces of a giant jigsaw puzzle. That puzzle is taking shape, and the scene it reveals is perhaps even more spectacular than the rock itself. Researchers mapping the subsurface have found that the underground portion of Uluru is composed of the same arcosic sandstone as the visible rock and is a remnant of an ancient seabed that hardened over 550 million years ago. Meanwhile, beneath the flat, featureless dune plains between Uluru and Katachuta lies a deep Palaeo valley. The flat, dune-covered landscape of the present-day area provides no indication of the existence of this underlying Palaeo valley, an entire ancient river valley hidden, invisible, silent, sitting right beneath the tourists' feet. And that ancient shrimp on top of the rock, the shield shrimp which occurs on top of Uluru, originates from the ancient inland ocean when it covered the rock. A living fossil on a desert rock in the middle of Australia. Here's what all of this means, and this is the part that should genuinely keep you up at night. Uluru isn't just a landmark. It isn't just a tourist attraction or a sacred site or a geological curiosity. It is a direct physical record of nearly 600 million years of Earth's history, continental collisions, vanished oceans, mountain ranges that no longer exist, and the oldest surviving human culture on the planet, all converging at one single point in the Australian desert. What scientists are piecing together beneath its surface is essentially a cheat sheet to understanding how this planet works. And the Anangu people have been sitting on that knowledge, respecting it, protecting it, passing it down for longer than most civilizations have existed. So next time someone says it's just a big rock, you tell them it's a 550 million year old ocean floor, tilted sideways by a continental collision, hiding a 6-kilometer underground slab, sitting on top of an ancient water network, covered in the world's oldest living cultural record. And we barely scratched the surface. If this blew your mind even a little, smash that like button. It genuinely helps more people find this channel. Subscribe if you want more deep dives into the science hiding in plain sight. And drop in the comments, what other natural wonder do you think is hiding secrets we haven't figured out yet? We'll see you in the next one.